Interview 2. 1. Studies have shown that charter schools don't typically outperform public schools and often tend to increase racial and class segregation. Why do you think parents often favor their children going to a charter school rather than a public school?
Probably because of the funding cuts to all the public schools. They don't think that their child is going to get a good education, or, if their child's interested in arts or things that have been cut from schools, they need to look into other options for their kids to be able to do what they want to do and learn everything that they feel they should learn.
Number 2, according to the National Center for Education Statistics, the number of U.S. charter schools has gone up by 7%. Why do you think in the last 10 years there's been a big push for building more charter schools?
Because more people want to put their kids in charter schools. I mean, I guess it's a segment where people can make money, and in the end, that's what a lot of people want to do. And if they can, be successful and also provide an avenue, I guess, for people to get the educations they're not necessarily getting in public schools, it's kind of like a win-win situation, I guess. People are getting to invest in a business that's helping a lot of people.
Number 3, the main demand for charter schools comes from the distrust in the government and Americans not believing that their children are getting a full education in public school. Do you believe the government has done a good job providing citizens with free education?
No. I think that it seems like education is the first place the government goes to make cuts. And to me, it should be the last place you go, because our future's just going to get worse and worse if we're not educating the people who are our future. And they should, I guess, reevaluate what they're pulling this money from to go to. Like, is it more important what they're using it for than to educate the future? And I don't know that that's necessarily the case.
Number 4, there's often the stereotype that students applying to colleges with the name of a charter or private school listed have a better chance of getting accepted into the college of their choice. Do you believe in this stereotype is real or ever was?
Maybe to a certain extent. I think that someone who maybe is like on the borderline of getting accepted, having gone to a charter school as opposed to a public school, might sway the people. They're like, well, they're right on the border, but they did go to this great school, so they might have more potential than this person who didn't. Other than that, I think if you have, the right grades and the right interests and the right activities, even if you went to a public school, you'll still get into the places you want to get into.
All right. And last question. Public education is a multi-billion industry often created to benefit those in power. However, most schools are often overpopulated and underfunded, therefore making schools cut art programs and theater programs. In your opinion, where do you think the money is going?
I really wish I knew. I have no idea. I do not. I mean, I really don't know enough, and I think it's kind of intentional to a certain extent that we don't really know where the money is going, because they know we're already upset as a country that this money is being taken from education, and if it's going somewhere that we don't feel is more important than education, then we're going to be even more upset by it. So to a certain extent, they're like, we're just going to say we need this money for other stuff and not really tell you where it's going, so that, I guess to keep us semi-calm about the situation, even though we're really not.
All right, thank you.
Yep.